Welcome to this Dynamics 365 not-for-profit demonstration. Today I'll show you how charities and fundraising organisations can use Dynamics 365 to increase funding, improve donor and supporter engagement, and streamline operations, all while enhancing transparency and maintaining strong governance and security. Using Dynamics 365 within NFP settings can help to boost funding, improve supporter engagement, minimize repeat work, increase donor retention, provide enhanced accountability and transparency, and can provide your business with strong security controls. Within Dynamics 365, with standard security, you can create security roles for different personas within the business. For example, you can create an administrator's role where referential data can be controlled, such as cancellation reasons or titles. You can create donation exec roles that can deal with donations and donation gift aid claims and allocations of soft credits. You can have a separate membership exec role that can deal only with memberships and their related actions. And you can also have a finance role that can review and approve financial submissions, complete direct debit batches, and complete gift aid submissions to the HMRC. So now let's bring this to life with two personas you'll meet today. Meet Steve, a donations executive. Steve manages donations, sets up recurring contributions, ensures transactions are correct, and approves donations that come in from various campaigns. And meet Kaz, a finance director. Kaz needs clear oversight of revenue pipelines, the ability to create direct debit batches, and she wants gift aid submissions to the HMRC to be quick, accurate, and stress-free. So with those personas involved, we will look at how a simple donation flow takes place. We will look at how a customer donation is reviewed by Steve and then activated, how the transactions are approved, how allocation plans and soft credits can be associated, and ultimately completed. Then Kaz will review the bank submissions, complete the gift aid, and we can look at some revenue forecasting and some reports and dashboards. So now we move on to the demo of the NFP environment. As Steve logs in, he lands on the dashboard showing him a summary of his day-to-day work. Here he can see all of the active donations by type, the memberships by status and month, and active transactions by quarter. He can then navigate to the donations. And here he can see a list of all the active donations. He can filter the donations by donor or by donor type, date of donation, and the amount, giving him instant insight into who is supporting which initiatives. So here we can filter by donation type and just check to see how many are pledges. So immediately Steve can see what's going on with those donations. Now, Steve notices a donation from Riley. So he goes into this one-off donation for Riley King. They're a new supporter of the charity. He opens up the donation record and can see the donation profile, the donation details, and her donation type. So here we have £1,000, the date of donation, and the person who's given the donation. He can also set up allocation plans. So within this donation of £1,000, he wants to make sure that 75% of that donation goes to the respite hospital. And the other 25% goes to the main charity. He can also apply a soft credit. In this case, he's applying a soft credit to Plymouth patrons. And the reason he's done that is because they've helped attracting this donation for him. So he records that, and at a later date, he can use that soft credit as a thank you. So now for the donation to complete, he must set up the transaction payment method. So here he can create the payment method for how Riley is going to make her payment. So we're just going to do a simple card transaction. We save that record. And he saves that, and the payment record is recorded there. And then what he can do is create the gift aid declaration. So clicks gift aid declaration on the ribbon, adds 25%, and that therefore increases the cost of the donation with a single click. And once that donation is created, you can then activate the record with a single click. And this shows there's £1,000. That then becomes a transaction against the donation, and it changes the status to active. So now Steve's work is done. Let's switch over to Kaz in finance. So Kaz starts her day by looking at the overall income pipeline. From here, she can see details such as the top donation, the total sum, the count, and the average donations, as well as a split of donations by income stream. Kaz can review recurring donations, and here she can create a direct debit batch. So within finance, she can create a direct debit batch for December. And once this is created, the direct debit batch, she can get the transactions, and then the transactions will run. And what you will see is there will be something akin to this, where all of the transactions that fit within those dates appear in the direct debit batch, and then she can process that direct debit batch quite easily and efficiently. She can also do the gift aid claim submissions, and again in a similar way. So she can create a gift aid claim, and she can review what's within the gift aid claim by previewing the claim and then submitting it. So if we go to one that's already created, so this November claim has multiple gift aid claims done, and she can preview the claim, which just shows it in an Excel file. That shows the various information that will be submitted to the HMRC, and then once completed and approved, she can submit it to the HMRC, and it can either be an online submission or a manual spreadsheet submission. So this one we're going to do a manual spreadsheet submission. That submits it, and then it changes the status of the gift aid claim for November to submission successful. Now she's done the direct debit batches and the gift aid claims, what she can do is then go and have a look at some of the donations. So here we've got all of the donations as a split. We can see some charts. And here she can analyze any of the information that's created. So we can look at the one-off donations. So by selecting the one-off donations, it then highlights all of the one-off donations, and she can see the total amounts. And she could then export those out into Excel, and she could change it to different types. So we can do donation type and stream. And again, we can drill down into any of these. So if you want to look at all of the pledges related to education, that shows all of the total amounts that are here. And then she can just go into one of those records and understand exactly what the story is around that donation pledge, who that's come from, what the date was, and what the next steps possibly could be for that donation and to collect that pledge. She can also just use the standard out-of-the-box dashboards, such as a highlight dashboard, which we have here showing the active donations, memberships, transactions, or she can drill down in great detail into the donations. So here we can see the quarterly amounts of open, paid in progress and reversed payments by quarter, any overdue transactions, and then paid transactions by person and all donations by type. So she can drill into any of that information whenever she needs to. So in summary, here's what we've achieved in today's walkthrough. The donation is received. Steve's reviewed the donation, he's approved the transaction, Allocation plans and soft credits have been applied. Gift aid claims have been created. The donation is completed. CAS has processed the direct debit batch. Gift aid is submitted, and she can then view the sales forecast for the quarters ahead and delve into greater Power BI reporting. So thank you for joining me in this Dynamics 365 not-for-profit demo. If you'd like to explore how this could work for your charity, please feel free to contact your account manager at ANS. Thank you.